Hey guys, Jordan here at the North 40 Fly Shop up in Sanborn, Idaho, doing a fly tying tutorial for you today. Today we're going to be doing a cool big foam salmon fly dry. I call it the flamethrower salmon fly because of this orange wing. Based off of, very similar formats as a salmon fly for the big extended body with the foam. And I put a bullet head on this one too with a bunch of rubber legs. Super buoyant, easy to see, and buoyant enough you can hold up a dropper below it pretty easy. Yeah, great little early summer salmon fly pattern. Let's tie one. Alright guys, let's tie the flamethrower salmon fly. So I'm starting out with a big old size 6 here. Heavy. I like using these heavy nymph hooks on these big foam dries because they're gonna right. When you cast it, the weight's gonna pull it the right way. I'm using some big 140 denier thread, and you just wrap to about the hook point, and it's about there. That's where we're going to start. So I've got a pre-cut piece of foam here, the thick rainy stuff. What you can do is you can round off these corners here on the back of the fly like that, and then the extended part we're going to make as long as the hook shank. Tie it in right there, right in the middle, just like that. These things tend to spin on you while you're getting started on them, but once you get a couple more materials on them, it's better. So I'm taking some rubber legs here for little tails, and as I segment this body, I'm going to bring the tails with on the side. So I'll do this one on the side facing you guys so you can see it. Tie the tails in. Put it right on the side there. So as I'm segmenting up, the tail's going with it on the side. This takes a little bit of practice. You got to employ all your fingers on this one. Do a wrap. I put the cross, when I cross up, on top of the fly, so that on the bottom of the fly it's nice and clean what the trout sees. Just like this. That's a real big fly. Almost exaggerated, it's so big, but fun to fish. It definitely gets the trout looking up during this hatch. So do one more little small segment here. Just like that. So then on the way back down, I'm going to put the other tail in. See, now that's just in there sticking out nice. Add some motion. Grab my other tail and work it on the way down. Back in the day I used to tie these on a needle and fold it over, if you guys ever seen that technique, and that works too. Just feel like it's a lot of extra time and steps. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You gotta glue it down and stuff, so I've just done this way of segmenting them off the other side of the vise, off the other side of the hook, and it makes a nice durable fly. It's no problem. Okay, so that in. Kind of time consuming, but cool fly. Okay, now we're almost back to where we started here. There we go. So now we got tails. See that? Looks nice. Nice and clean. So now we can cut those off. We'll use them again on the next set of legs. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull the foam out of the way, advance my thread, Actually, I'll throw some dubbing on this one, yeah. Got some Senyos laser here. And putting the dubbing in these segments to the body, that's what's going to help keep this foam from spinning. I do only have it attached to one spot. That's definitely the main reason, but cleans it up and adds some color. And some more dubbing here. Work up the shank, make another segment here. On this segment, I'm going to add some widow's web for an underwing, something synthetic. Run that to the back of the fly. Fold this over, double it up, clip it free. And pick out some of those strays. Okay, so now we'll fill it in with some dubbing, cover our work up. Okay. So, perfect, get that dammed in there. I'm actually going to throw on my back rubber legs at this point now. So rubber legs we used before. Just tie those in. And have that dubbing in there first actually helps these from not totally collapsing on each other and keeps them splayed out. So that one's tied in. Take this to the other side, do the same thing. Okay, now we can cover that, work out with some dubbing. There we go. More dubbing onto the shank here. Okay, one last segment here. You want to leave plenty of room here for our bullet head. We're going to do a bullet head on this one. So, on this thing, I'm going to take some dyed belly here for our big wing. So now, clump about yay big. Clean out all your underfur here. Reverse it and take the short ones out so it stacks a little better. Okay. I'm like using a pretty big hair stacker here. There's no such thing as a hair stacker that's too big. Bigger the better. So now, tap that down. Get our wing here. Okay, and the measurement on this, right over the top, we're going to use just about all this hair, it's a big fly. Right over the top of our underfur, switch hands. You can do a loose wrap, a couple loose wraps, and pull it tight, keep it on top, keep it from spinning around. You can run your thread through the butts there. I hold on to the wing while I get the butts cleaned up. Keeps them out of the way. Just like that. Now I got that big old wing, and that'll tame out when we get the bullet head on here. So now we can cut our foam dry.
How's it going?
Good, how about you?
I'm good.
Can we get a fishing license
Can I get a
here?
gun counter?
Oh, at the gun
Yep,
counter?
straight back. Oh, thank you.
So now we got our foam out of the way. We will work forward here. We'll get some black deer belly ready to be spun on here for a bullet head. And you want to use, when you're spinning these bullet heads, you want to use more than you think you need, because it's amazing how much you do actually need. So cut it off close to the hide. We'll pull out our underfur again. Okay, looking pretty good. Now I can throw it in the stacker. So we're going to take this out with the tips facing the other way. You spin it and fold it back to form the bullet head. Try and keep them aligned here. So yeah, got this here. That's about the measurement. You want quite a bit of this sticking out the front. Set it right on top. You're going to drop a couple. Loose wrap, pull, let go, give it a spin, just like that. Then we can clean these butts up.
Good yourself. I'll just come with around.
So now, I'm going to clean these butts up here a bit. Make sure not to cut your deer hair tips off. And I like to spin the vise, keeps the thread out of the way, so you don't accidentally hit your thread and lose your bullet head. Yeah, something like that. So now you can run your thread through here to clean it up. Okay. So now, to form the bullet head, reverse these back. Make sure your eye's clear. Doing bullet heads takes a little practice if you've never done them, getting all that stuff forced back and getting the thread over it. Something like that. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. Just clip them off. That's why I use more than you think you need. There we go. That was a clean one. Some good wraps on there, and there's your bullet head. See, a couple jumped out, but some of the shorter ones, but you can just cut them out. So once we get that bullet head formed, we're getting close to the end here. So take some more rubber legs here. And we're gonna dig length like this, tight right in the middle, in where you did your bullet head. So you got one facing back, one facing forward. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And then I'm gonna whip finish here, or you can just do big half hitches over the top of this and glue it down. You don't trap your legs in with your whip finish. Once you get some good knots on here, I'll go around and trim out these legs and give it a haircut and make sure it's looking good. Trim these legs down a bit, not too much. You want it to stay pretty leggy. That motion just makes it look realistic. Okay, and that's it, guys. To see that wing kind of tamed down with that bullet head. That's the flamethrower salmonfly dry. It's a cool little fly, not too horribly crazy to tie, but good big bug. If you guys have any more questions about the techniques we used or the materials, please visit us in store in Sandpoint. Visit us online at no40flyshop.com or on our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at No40Fly Shop. Thanks for watching.